So I'm a little late. It happens sometimes. Hey everybody, how's it going? Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care. How you doing today? It is Friday. It's the Friday after Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Um, and let's please remember that to keep families of those who uh, have been through some horrible, horrible things in the last couple of weeks. Let's please keep them in mind and remember it's the holidays. It's going to be extremely difficult for them because things are going bad. Look, bad things happen to great people, and it's never fun, but it's always something that we really need to make sure that we focus on. Um, we are going to have a wonderful show today because it's going to be short, and because um, when you guys have to get to see less of me, that's always better, right? So let's be honest here. One of the things that we are going to talk about, and excuse me, because as you can see, I was a little late, so um, I am a little behind. But one of the things that we're going to do today is we're going to be talking to Al Patrick, who's going to tell you how you can support Community Dare to Care. We've been having people recently who have come to us and asked us for assistance, and we've been lucky to have an easy way to call out to people and ask them, hey, come and help us. We're looking for people who need these items. This is great and everything, but we really, really want to make sure that you that we're able to stand up on our own and we're able to do what our plans are. And that plan is very simple. Our plan is going to be there for people in a time of need. Okay. We want to be there if somebody needs clothing. We want to be there if somebody needs housewares. We want to be there if somebody needs, baby needs and stuff like that. It's been a source of pride for us to be able to be there when people need help. You can help us out, and it's very, very simple. Just go on to this website right here, and you can find out how exactly when you pay some of your bigger bills, how you can support us. So it's very simple. You turn in your bill to them. They're going to try to negotiate a bigger cost for you, try to save you some money. And if they save you money, we get a portion of that. Okay. It costs you nothing at all it costs you nothing at all if they cannot save you any money. Absolutely nothing at all. And if they save you a ton of money, it's money that is going to continue throughout your bill cycle. So it's really kind of interesting how it works, and we're really hoping that we can get you to try to pay some of your bills and help support us in this. I'm trying to share it in the chat, and hopefully it's going to come through this time. It looks like it went through to everybody this time. Some people are going to see it twice in a row, and they're going to go like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" You're going to get there, and the website looks something very similar to this, partly because this is the website. So it looks like this. It's a company called Vive, and all we do is we ask you to take and upload a copy of your receipt, and you just put in your email address so they can contact you. Are you a home or business, and select your location. One of the great things I like about this is that one of the people that they're like right now just doing very little research. They do Excel, and they do Xfinity, and they do T-Mobile. Those are all things that my family we have. So those are all bills that we're going to be able to hopefully take in and save a little bit of money and help support our mission a little bit further. And the great thing about it is what, if we're supporting our mission through ourselves, well, that's just even better, isn't it? So enough of me trying to share this information because I think that we ought to listen to somebody who's a professional. This is Mr. Al Patrick. I had this video, I recorded this video with him a couple weeks ago. We finally got the website up and running, and now you can help us by supporting us by simply paying your bills. Oh, darn. It looked like maybe it didn't all go through. Maybe it did. Who knows? Yeah, it did. All right, good. We're all good now. Everything's good now. Now I can shut up and get you to Mr. Al Patrick because he's got some great information. He can tell you how exactly this works for us. So, once again, this is Al Patrick from VIV Vive.
Hey everybody, it's Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. I am here with a reluctant Al Patrick, who is helping us do some fundraising. As we mentioned the other day, that right now we're going to have to, unless we find a miracle, we're going to have to close down the donation dens, which is something we really don't want to do. The donation dens do offer free clothing, free housewares, free materials to people who just need a helping hand. And Mr. Patrick, you have come on board with Community Pay It Forward to help us fundraise. Can you explain how this works?
Well, basically, Zach, I appreciate you having me on and stuff, but basically how it works as far as fundraising, you have people that donate to you. And now with this fundraising program, you can offer them savings for their businesses and, personal as far as residential, commercial, and, nonprofit organizations. You can just offer them savings on their bills. And, everybody has bills and everybody wants to save. So, this is what we do. And you now connected with us as a fundraiser, and whatever savings they get, then, they'll provide you some funds for helping them out.
So one of the we're looking at saving money for people, and raising funds on services like cable. And I'm just reading from behind you. I'm not a magician, but it's cable, internet, wireless, satellite TV, and home security systems. What are some of the companies that you work with?
Well, we work with AT&T, Sprint, for mobile phones and stuff, also with Pico and Pepco and Delmarva Power and places like that for electricity and energy, and ADP for home security. So it's a lot of different providers that we work with, but the thing about it is it's different all over, and it's in all states. We're in all states, so it's just a multiple amount of different people and providers that we work with. So I can't name them all. That just a few of the big ones, Verizon and things of that.
Is it kind of difficult for you guys to save money when you've got a state that has, I know there's a name for it, but I just call it a monopoly because that's what it is. Comcast is the cable company in Colorado, Comcast/Xfinity. Is it harder for you guys to do your job when there's a state that's got, contracted out to one company?
Well, no, because Zach, what we do is we work with those providers. So we don't actually change your provider to someone else. We'll work with Comcast, and we go in and have a team of negotiators that they actually negotiate the price down for you by getting group rates, rebates, and discounts, that the company offers, but they don't really tell the customer unless the customer asks. It's basically just like if you would call the cable company and say, hey, look, I like your service, but you guys are charging me too much. Can you give me a discount? Whatever. And that's the same thing that we do for the customer. We take the headache away from the customer so they don't have to worry about it. And it's what we call autopilot. It's on autopilot. So it continues. So if we get you a deal for 6 months or a year or whatever, when that time is up, then we automatically go back in and renegotiate again. So it's a continuous basis as long as you stay with that provider. So you don't change your provider. A lot of people like the service from their provider, but they just believe that they're being overcharged. So I mean, now you got the same provider, the same service, everything is the same except for now you pay less.
So say somebody has AT&T for their cell phone. What they would do is they would send us Community Pay It Forward their bill.
They would actually go up to your site and they would submit their bill through your site, and the company takes care of it from there.
All right.
So basically, you don't have to do anything. You just find the people that's interested in doing it, and you send them to your site. And if they have problems doing it, then of course you help them and you show them how to do it and stuff. And then once they submit the bill, the company takes care of them. The company sends them an email, say, "Hey, we got your information, and we're going to assign you a negotiator." And then they communicate with them through the information on the email.
Okay. Well, we are going to share a video that you guys have that you guys ask people to watch. It's about 1 minute and 34 seconds. So we're going to let you off the hook and let people watch this real quick. And this will explain some more, then we'll finish up. How does that sound?
Sounds great. I appreciate it, Zach.
Not a problem. So here is the video that they ask us to watch, and this video is going to help. Once again, this will be helping Community Pay It Forward, or Community Dare to Care, stay alive, because if we don't get a little bit of help here pretty soon, we're going to have to shut its doors. And what we offer people with free clothing, free housewares, it's too important to lose. So please enjoy this video, and we'll be right back. There were a couple things on there that really caught my attention. One was T-Mobile and Sirius XM. Those are two programs that I currently have. So those are just great. And I know that I also saw videos in there that friends of mine are services that friends of mine use. My son uses T-Mobile, so that's going to help. The other thing that really caught my attention was, with just 10 people, we can earn like, what was that, 5,200?
5,200. Yeah.
Was that money a month, or is that money?
That's with you guys as far as fundraising. That's one time. That's that one time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's still, you know what, $5,000 that could go so far in helping Community Pay Dare to Care. That 5,000 would make it to where not only could we obtain the 501c3 status we're working towards, it would also immediately help us get into a brick and mortar building, which is something that we really, really are looking to do. So, Al, I want to thank you very much for joining me today. I want to thank you very much for introducing me to VIV. Is it Viv or?
It's pronounced Vive, Viv, better life. That's what it means.
And you can get more information by going to www.justviv.com, JUSTVIV.com. So, but we will be attaching our website that you go to pay your bills. We will be, well, we'll be announcing that as soon as they get it finished, but we just joined this program today. So please, before you go to pay your utilities, check out Community Pay It Forward. Let's see what we can do to help. So thank you, Al. I appreciate it. Mr. Al Patrick has been joining us. I appreciate it very much, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me, Zach. Thanks a lot.
All right. Well, we will be right back. This is a great program, and we hope that you can join us and help us raise the money that we need to keep Community Dare to Care going. It's a wonderful program. All we're asking you to do is, you know, when people donate to us, we make sure that it gets onto the backs of people who need it, because we're not a thrift store. You know, I joke with people all the time, Al. I tell them that, you know what, I've been married 3 times and I hate shopping with all 3 of them. I've always hated shopping. I'm just no good at it. So, and you know, there's no way I want to shop with your wife. So I'm going to open the doors and let them have what they need, and you know, support your family, support support the people that you know and love, and you know, it's a community helping a community. So this is really going to help us do some wonderful things. But thank you very much, sir. We'll be talking to you soon.
All right now. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Want to thank Al Patrick again. As I mentioned, that was recorded a couple weeks ago. But when you go to pay your utility bill, see if you can help us out. Okay, simply go onto this website, use this link, turn in a copy of your bill. You don't give them any information, I don't believe, until they negotiate. If they negotiate you a better rate with the same stuff you've already got, they're not going to try to sell you to another company. They're not going to say, okay, well, you're on Comcast, we want to get you to DirecTV. That's not their point. Their point is that they are professionals. They've been through, and they know that there are those hidden codes that we all know are out there, but we're not subject to. People like Al are out there, and he can help us find those. So make sure that you reach out, and like I said, give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. If they cannot help you, they do not charge you. Okay, that's the way it is. If they don't help you, they don't charge you. So the next thing we got is our community mission to rescue 22, which you could see my fat head wasn't in the way, but my fat head is in the way. So the community, this is right now being brought to you by Z World Web's Community Pay It Forward and the O'Sullivan Law Firm. I haven't had a chance to throw Scott's information up on there, but Scott is a huge supporter on everything that we do. So, community mission to rescue 22. What is it? Do you remember to save 22 last year? Yeah. That's what this is. This is a mission to rescue 22. We got to get to 22 before we can rescue the 47 that are losing their lives every day. You heard me correctly. There are 47 people losing their lives every day. You can be part of this mission. I don't know what my dogs are doing out there, but you can be part of this mission. Your company can support what we're doing. And every time that you sponsor an hour, if you sponsor a quarter of an hour, no matter what you put into this, half of it is going to go to one of the missions in our Heroes, both country and community missions. And the other part is going to go to Community Dare to Care, donation dens trying to help us get up and running. That's what this is all about. We're trying to get this doing, because if we can give free clothing to people who need it, if we can give a little bit of hope to people who need it, maybe they won't make that end of life decision. The job form that you see below me is how you can contact us to become a sponsor. Right here in the bada bing, it worked. In the chat, you now have that. You now have that job form there. So all you have to do is click on it, and it'll take you right to it. This is just a way that, you know what, we're trying to give back to those who gave of themselves and now are having a difficult time getting through things. We need to be there for them. Okay, that's just the way it is. We need to be there for them. They gave up enough of their life that I think it deserves us coming together to saying, hey, we're here for you. You need a little bit of help. You need a little bit of time. We've got these wonderful programs like JR with the Veterans Ranch, who's out there in Florida, that equine therapy. Okay. We've got a wonderful program that right now is going through they've got a campaign going on Facebook to where if they can raise $11,000, there's somebody who's going to help them. And they're going to turn that $11,000 into $22,000, and that's with Project Die Hard. Sorry about that, brain release. Spent a little bit of time in the emergency room yesterday, and now I got like Doritos fingers, which is just stupid to show you, but I'm going to show you anyway. I hope that's it, and I hope that's not the new medication they gave me. And now I'm a little concerned because I've been touching my wonderful Devils jersey. Go Devils. Get back on the winning track. You've lost one. That's enough losing for this year. No more. You don't need to do it anymore. You kind of got us spoiled. So, but this is something where we're looking for people to join us who have stories, or who have programs that are trying to help veterans. We're here. I just thought of a problem, I think, but we're here to help find solutions for veteran problems. We're going to ask you to come along with us, join us on this mission, and let's save some lives. As I've mentioned before, 47 lives are lost every day to end-of-life decisions of people who have served this country. That's ridiculous, because every day should be Veterans Day.
How you doing? It's Zach. I'm here with my brand new platinum partner, which I am so excited about this because you know what? This gentleman is taken and he has put all of his faith into what we are doing. And that's one of the things that we love to do here at appreciate all of our partners. But when somebody takes and they step up and they go, you know what? I love what you're doing. We want to support you. We want to make a difference. We love everyone, but Larry, I cannot thank you enough for doing just that. I'm here with Larry Goldstein, and he's got some great news for business owners. Just a little bit of a clue on what's going on. Larry, tell us about this this one that you're working on now. How much is this person potentially getting back?
I have a restaurant who has 4 stores, and it's looking like it's going to be close to $2 million.
And how much did it cost them to contact you just to find out?
Nothing, not a penny up front, not a penny to get him qualified. And he has the option that once he's ready to be sent and that it's totally approved, to pay a discounted rate of 10%, or we all wait until he gets his cash and it's only 15%.
So, in other words, he never pays you a dime. The government, you're taking what you get for them.
Yeah.
They don't ever have to pay you a dime. You just take a percentage of what comes back to them.
Right. Yeah, it's money out of what they get. It's not the government. This is actually an IRS program. IRS is actually not a part of the government.
No, they just act like it. They're
That's for sure.
All right, we already talked about no government talk, so we're not gonna go there. But Larry, is you're in Arizona right now, and things how are things going there in Arizona? Are you guys coming back? Are you seeing more people out and about, walking around? Are you able to go to places and talk to people again, or is it still pretty locked up there?
Well, this one gentleman is that we're looking to get about $2 million is a local guy, so he's a local business, and I've had the pleasure of eating at his restaurant like 4 or 5 times during this process. So yeah, life's getting back to normal, but businesses have been stung, and for once, the IRS of all places actually has a program where 7 out of 10 approximately businesses with W-2 employees can qualify for money, and potentially a lot of money.
There's a lot of people that were told by people who are quote unquote in the know that they were told that they don't qualify for this, but they should really check with you, right?
I've had those run into people like that were told by their CPA they're not going to qualify. It's worth the conversation. It's worth, again, I can spit out the ways really quick, the manners, how you can qualify. There's multiple ways. One of the ways is if you had the nerve to start a new business during COVID, after February 15th of 20, you can qualify for money just for that. If you had supply chain issues, you can qualify for that. If you were shut down fully or partially due to a government mandated shutdown, you can qualify. And then the big money is if you take your receipts from 2019 quarter by quarter, not the whole year, and compare them to 20 each quarter. If there was a 50% drop in any quarter, you can qualify. You do the same thing, taking 19 first 3 quarters and compare it to the first 3 quarters of 21. If there's a 20% drop, you'll qualify.
So they're actually and I don't want to say awarding because awarding's not the right word. They're trying to help these businesses survive by even dropping the percentage in 21. So they're
again, I didn't create the program, but
right.
It's one of the main purposes of this is for business owners. Again, W-2 employees, unfortunately, 1099 do not count. W-2 employees that bit the bullet, paid money out of their pocket, and worked hard to keep their people on staff and keep their people surviving. So it's a righteous program. There are other ways, again, besides that, but that's one of the big keys behind it.
One of the things that I really enjoyed when I created your video, and we're going to be playing your video during this interview. We're going to play your video right after this interview is finished. But one of the things I really love talking about is I love the way that this is going, because you're awarding people who are able to, like you said, bite that bullet, bite that financial stress. They're really awarding people with that because they did the right thing and they kept people hired. I understand not everybody could do that. I mean, I'm not naive. I understand not everybody could do that. But these people who knew that there was a struggle, but they kept going, they're able to be awarded now, and they're able to be treated like they are. And let's be honest, companies that kept people on, they're superheroes. So I mean, they truly are. They're our version of superheroes right now. So approximately how much, and I know that this varies from situation to situation, but approximately how much are people getting per W-2 employee?
Well, by rule, you can get up to 26 grand per W-2 employee, but it's all depends on, again, your payroll information, your 941 information. Again, there's lots of factors that go into the calculations, which I don't do myself.
Right.
That's for the computer nerds to deal with. But as long as your documentation is in, we need your 941s for 19, 20, and 21. We need detailed payroll information, gross, for 19, 20, and 21. And let the team do their work. Again, I've gotten small people with only a handful of employees, 30, 40, 50 grand. I've gotten, medium-sized businesses like a restaurant with like 30 employees is getting like 380 grand. And now this one big guy who has, 4 restaurants, like 150 employees total. It looks like he's going to get close to $2 million.
That's amazing. I mean, it is kind of, neat after all the years of bashing, that one lovely organization that we were talking about, that now they're finally doing something that is really going to help keep some of our small business brethren alive. Does it matter? And I know that like, are the ultra big guys getting the same thing as the small guys?
Not the ultra businesses, the businesses over 500 employees don't qualify.
So see, that's even better. Okay, yeah, everybody should deserve, but yeah, knowing that businesses like those big ones are not benefiting off this, I think that to me, that makes it even a better thing, that, what, you're really trying to help. What we always do, Larry, one of the things that we've discussed is that we love watching the small guys grow from nothing to something. And that's one of the things that we're trying to do really hard here. So, I mean, I love it. What do people need to do to get a hold of you to start this conversation? And again, there's absolutely no requirement. There's no, you don't have to sign your life away or anything. This is all, let's have a conversation. Let's see where we sit. If I can't help you, I can't help you. If I can, get ready to, to support your business even further.
Well, no contract is actually signed until you're qualified. So we'll do all the work. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. We bite the bullet, and then again, if it costs the company a few bucks, so be it. It's about helping people, because again, the majority of businesses do qualify. It's just a question of how much they'll qualify for. Again, the stats are 70%, but I believe it's a little higher. So they call me, we'll speak on the phone. I can also, through your site, you'll have a site that they can go to, and they can do the application, again, free of charge. You can also put it on test mode, so you can play around with it and see the different scenarios. It'll ask you about the amount of employees you've had in 19, 20, and 21. It'll ask about obviously how business went, if it dropped in, your gross receipts dropped, but it'll take you to where you need to go. Again, if it has to discuss supply chain issues, mandated shutdowns, the site is awesome. So once you do that pre-qualification on the site, even if if you didn't call me before, once I get notification, I follow up with everybody to ensure that everything's done properly. Then they upload their 941s, they upload the payroll information. The communication is incredible. I've gotten people, I just got a small guy qualified in 3 days after he got in his information. I mean, that's incredible. We say 1 to 3 weeks, but it's going faster and faster because, again, the main company I'm associated with, we're over $2.5 billion have gotten for people so far. So
That's billion with a B.
With billion with a B.
That's fantastic.
Yes. Yes. So again, it's worth the conversation. And as you know, I mean, both of us, we got together because we're both in business to help folks.
Yep.
And again, there's no thoughts of any money. So I don't want even people to even worry, oh, what's the catch? There's a catch. There are no catches. Talk to me. Let me see if I can help you. If I can't help you, I bet I can help one of your friends. And then obviously all of us get together with the money we make, get from the IRS, and we help support you a little more for all your righteous work. It's just a winner for everybody.
Yeah, once again, you know what? Larry throws us a referral award for you using him, and we turn around and we give 80 to 85% back to a cause that you love. So imagine this. You call Larry. You have, we'll say 10 employees. He gets you a couple $1,000. Doesn't cost you a penny. Plus you get to support a cause that you love that has asked us for help. It is, I mean, it's just the whole sound of that to me, Larry, sounds fantastic. You're not only supporting yourself as a business, but we're also going to give to somebody else who needs help. I just think it's a way that, you can really support the people that you love in your community. And it's the reason why this business was created. And it's a reason why people like you and, you and our other partners are going to make this successful, because we're able to help other people while we're helping people. That's, it's a circle of good. I have to bring this up because it's important to me, as just a patriot. You are a veteran.
Yes.
Can you?
I got the pleasure of serving under President Ronald Reagan in the early 80s. Spent my whole tour over in West Germany, which doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Guarding the wall, which obviously very few tried to get over, because there were serious consequences if they did. And it was an honor serving under a great president like that. So, plus I got to see the world. It was kind of nice. I mean, I saw quite a bit of Europe. So it was, and I think every young man should serve his time in the military. It's
I've told now all three of my sons, with Andrew joining our family, that that's one of the things that I really regret. And it's kind of funny. I didn't want to join at the time because I didn't want to get my hair cut and I didn't want to get yelled at, so I got married instead.
well,
Boy, that worked out really well. Now I'm a middle-aged balding guy who's been married 3 times. So funny story, and you and I never discussed this, so this is something that is really funny. When my dad served in 71, there towards the end of Vietnam, Dad was in West Germany as well. Our apartment overlooked the wall. We could look out there and see into East Germany through our apartment. Somewhere in this vast house of ours, you got a picture of me standing against a plate glass window, and you can see over the wall. So I've always wanted to find an actual piece of the wall and bring it home and keep it. because of the history and me having been able to touch the wall, albeit as a young child. So, what were give me one of the things that that your service really you use every day. It really is something that you use every day. Uh, a lesson learned, something that was told to you.
Pretty simple. If you fall down, get up.
I love that.
It's nobody else's fault. There's nothing else going on. It's you and you, and life is life. We're all going to have our struggles. I've had plenty. I know you've had plenty. It's what you make of it. And
Yep.
Having a drill sergeant scream at me could have been what saved my life, because now I wasn't afraid, or I was ready to do what I was supposed to do. And God forbid I never got into those situations. But life is life. Every day is a blessing. And you learn that, especially when you're talking about looking over in East Germany. And where I was was near Fulda, where we went to. It wasn't a wall; it was just barbed wire.
Yeah.
But there was actually a town on the other side in East Germany where they didn't have people there all the time because they were worried they'd escape. So they would bus people in and out of the city, of a small town. So what it does more than anything for any young person is the blessings of the United States of America are far more than most of us imagine.
Yeah.
Once you've seen, and East Germany isn't the worst. I mean, obviously places in Africa where people don't have shoes, don't have houses, I mean, whatever.
They steal your children and make them soldiers.
Well, exactly. So
they throw hands or they throw guns in the hands of 9-year-olds and who are brainwashed into killing their own family. And yeah, I mean, but I completely agree with you. You know what? There are certain things right now that are messed up in this country, but we still live in the best country in the world because we're allowed to say there's problems right here in our country. Other places, you get drafted into the military for opposing a war, not mentioning who, but so we've mentioned it once before, and I also want to thank you. You are a huge sponsor of the finally 5th annual chili cook-off and toy drive. You have a history in which we're adding a Texas Hold'em tournament. You have a history with dealing. Don't I guess that really sounded wrong there, but
no, yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, you got a history with dealing. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, you spent some time in Vegas learning.
After I got out of the service, started college again, and it wasn't for me. And I'm talking to a buddy of mine who happened to live in Vegas, and he's just chatting. He goes, "Man, he wanted me up there because he's my buddy, but." He had said to me, why don't you just come up here and be a dealer? And I was like gaming and stuff. And
yeah,
I like, wow, that sounds awesome. I literally dropped my classes that day. I was in the car the next day. Yeah, signed up for dealing school, and I was learning blackjack, roulette, and craps. And once I got to the craps, it was because craps is the most exciting game. Once I got the craps, that was it, and I was became a craps dealer for like 14 years in Vegas. I caught the end of old time Vegas, where they were giving away comps, where you didn't have to have points and all this stuff. Yeah, it was a good experience. It was a good experience. But
so us putting together our first ever tournament, give us a little bit of advice on what we can do to make it ultra successful.
Just have fun. I mean, the beauty of what takes you a long time to realize, and it took me forever. Anytime you're gambling, expect when you walk in the door, you just expect that you've already lost. Whether it's money, whether it's charity, whether it's whatever it is, okay? You got a pocket full of money, say it's gone before you walk in the door, and now you cannot lose. Stressing gambling takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah.
Gambling money you can't afford to lose takes all the fun out of it. So again, I know your tournament is, not big bucks. People are not going to hurt themselves. But my biggest advice for anyone who likes to go to any of the casinos is kiss your money goodbye before you walk in the door. And you can never lose. But now you're not afraid to play.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get on hot streaks on a craps table and a blackjack table, and they're finally winning. And now they're afraid to go for it because, all right, I finally won a little bit. You already lost. If you want to go for it, go for it.
Yeah.
And that's the best gaming lesson I can ever give.
The funny thing is that my the only gambling story I've really got is I was in Black Hawk, which is here in Colorado. It's our gaming town, and we were in Black Hawk, and I went up there with my girlfriend, and because she really wanted to go, and I didn't even think about it when I went. When I got up there, I woke up the next morning and I was like going, "Oh no, I can't be here." And she was like, "Why?" Because George Brett is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. My favorite player of all time is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And she's going, "Well, they got TVs there." And I'm like, "Okay, great. Fantastic." So I get there and she goes off and starts playing the coin machines and does all that. And I sit down, grab myself an adult beverage, and I'm watching the TV. And the guy goes, "You got to bet." And I'm like, "The hell am I going to bet?" That he says words? What? And you have to play a game if you're going to sit here. So I'm like going, "I don't want to do this. That's not me. I'm not a gambler." So he goes, "Man, here, just take a roll of quarters. Every 2-3 minutes, drop a quarter in, hit the button, just do it that way." And this is back when you actually use quarters, not the cards. And so I was like going, okay. So that's my story on I was forced to bet just to watch George Brett get inducted into the Hall of Fame. So, but that's about my only gambling story. Hey, Larry, let's get back to business real quick. I really want to make a point, really get the point across to people that, hey, small businesses, if you struggled, but you did the right thing, make sure you call this man, because when you call this man, he can turn those struggles into finances that you probably need right now. I just read a story in the newspaper, those things that are made out of paper that have news in them. I know a lot of people haven't even heard of those anymore, but about a 41-year-old restaurant here in Colorado that because of the pandemic, the person sold the building, they lost their lease, and they decided, you know what, we're not going to move again. This pandemic really kicked our butt, and they're closing the doors, and that's just, I hate hearing these stories that, having friends that had to shut down because of this, it's just, it breaks my heart. And knowing that there are people like you out there, Larry, who are going to help them stand back up, I think I love the idea. Are there?
Again, you didn't mention this restaurant before. If they were around during COVID, if they sold like end of COVID, 21, whatever it is, they still can qualify for some money. So, in fact, I got a bakery right now in California that sold their business. I think it was second quarter of 21, and they're still qualifying for money. So,
well, I will see if there's any contact information. I'll try to reach out to them and let them know, because that would be, maybe we can get them to change their mind. This is a very popular place. Maybe we can get them to change their mind and change their fortune. But
that would be incredible.
Yeah, that would be a success story that we could all be extremely proud of. Hang our hats on that. Is there a minimum of a number of employees you have to have to qualify?
Not for us. I mean, some of these companies want, because they want to make the big money.
Right.
Give me one W-2 employee. We'll try to get them whatever. If it's a few grand, it's a few grand. Family members don't count. Owners don't count. But besides that, if they have W-2 employees, from one to, hundreds. Let's see what we can do. Like I say, I've gotten a lot of small people money. Again, I can mention a few off the top of my head. A small restaurant with 5 employees is getting like 44,000. So it's not chicken feed even for them. But again, some of the big ones, again, $300,000-400,000, and once this one for $2 million gets done, it's insane.
What the hell can you do with $44,000? Sheesh. Yeah.
Well, yeah. But this guy again, a big, restaurant's probably the toughest gig out there.
Yep.
The margins are so small. This guy was struggling, and he was actually referred to me by his CPA, because a lot of CPAs don't do this. Some CPAs don't even know about it. So I get referrals from CPAs. I get referrals from business brokers. I get anyone involved in businesses. We can help a lot of people. And again, we're not selling them anything. I'm not asking them for anything except to work with me until we know they're getting money.
And so, you just said it. There's nothing, there is no loss for them, is there? Absolutely no loss. No matter what, even if they don't qualify, it's just, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. But it was a pleasure working with you. There's no catch to this.
No.
All right.
Yeah,
Larry,
they're not even signing. They're not even actually signing any contract until we got them qualified. I spend all day on the phone talking to people, and it does break my heart when I tell them, yeah, I don't think you're going to qualify. People with 1099 employees still call me saying, hey, maybe I can. If you don't have W-2 employees, you will not qualify. 1099s unfortunately do not count. Because we get a lot of it's based on the payroll tax that they're sending you.
Okay, but it's not going to stop you from talking to them.
No, everyone deserves a conversation. No, they might have a buddy that needs help that has no clue. So friends like to help friends. If I can't help them, unfortunately. In fact, I got another one down in Phoenix where I couldn't help the son, but the mother has a place, and we're helping her, and she's a tough situation. Her husband just passed away recently, and so she's like, lost because husband took care of all the books and all this. And I'm talking to her new CPA and her new bookkeepers, and she's gonna get, hopefully 30 or 40,000, which to her is $1 million. So again, anyone, big, small, whether I make a lot of money or not, it doesn't matter. I'm helping people that deserve it. That's all there is to it. For once, the IRS is doing something right.
Yeah, they're not calling you going, hey.
And I just want to mention that because people know about the PPP loan that a lot of people got that was sponsored by the Small Business Association. This is, again, sponsored by the IRS. It's not publicized like PPP. It's not as easy to do as PPP. But again, the IRS is in business to take your money, not to give it. But
and even though it's not as easy as the PPP loans, it doesn't matter to the store owner. They're not the ones doing the work. It's you guys.
As long as they just work with me, let's get the right documentation, the proper documentation, because obviously we're dealing with the IRS, so we're very anal about getting the perfect documentation before approving and going forward. So yeah, it's done right. Again, they're 941s, their payroll information, and then if anything else we need, we'll be on top of it.
Well, you can always take, and one of the best ways that you can get a hold of Larry is on his landing page right here on communitypayitforward.us/ERC specialists, Larry Goldstein. Larry, your phone number is 602-989-4200.
Correct.
Okay, so once again, that's 602-989-4200. You can get a hold of him at LarryGetYourCheck.com.
Larry, get your ERC check.
Oh, ERC. I'm sorry about that.
Right.
Yeah, I guess right there is and the website is GetYourERCCheck.com. So,
Right.
once again, we are very, very, very excited to introduce you guys to Larry. Please, if you know a small business that struggled through COVID, if you know a medium business that struggled through COVID, make sure that you tell them about Larry. Tell them about Larry. Let's help them get some money, and then we can help other people when we do this. Larry, one more time, can you give me your phone number, please?
602-989-4200.
Well, I want to thank you, sir, for everything that you're doing. It's a pleasure to get to know you. It's a pleasure to work with you. I look forward to doing many, many things together. And you know what? Let's try to get this. I am going to reach out to this restaurant owner. Let's see if we can convince him to open back up. That would be something fantastic.
That would be an incredible success story.
So, but you can work anywhere in the United States, correct?
Anywhere in the United States.
That's
Everywhere.
I mean,
Everywhere in the United States.
it's great. Larry, thank you for your service. Thank you for your partnership. And most importantly, thank you for your friendship. Welcome to the family. I appreciate that very much.
Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it, man. I'm looking forward to helping a lot of people and having a lot of fun together.
Now, I do appreciate it. Now, I'd like to bring you to the video that we made for Larry. If you have any information, you can always give us a call, 970-909-0751. 970-909-0751. We'll hook you up with this man. Why not call a conversation, and that conversation can turn into money? Okay, maybe not the 2 million he was talking about, but you know what? Every penny you earn is a penny you didn't have before, is a penny that's going to help you retain these employees because you did the right thing. You stayed open during a very, very difficult time. Make sure that you call Larry, because you know what? You don't know what your situation can bring you. So again, thank you, Larry. I appreciate it, my friend.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it, brother.
So yeah, now apparently we're doing rounds with the music in the background. That was kind of nice. Happened for both times that we played those commercials on those videos. So hey everybody, my name is Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care. How you doing today? It is Friday. Please remember your red. Remember everyone deployed. Yes, I am kind of cheating, but there is red all over me. So if you do not believe me, look at my socks. That's all I'm going to say. You could probably look other places, but look at my socks. Truthfully, no one else would want to look at the other places, like my shoes. That's what I was talking about. Come on. I enjoy talking to Larry. It's a good time, and especially since it's about trying to help people. You really can help someone someone you love, get through this difficult time. I am telling you right now, I would love to have met Larry with this program 7 years ago. When I first started this company, I would have loved to have met someone like Larry, because he could have saved some of the businesses that went out of work because times were tough. Now, yeah, this was brought on by COVID. So, but I mean, let's be honest here. I think that this is something that the government really ought to take a look at, and have a program like this when it comes to something, natural disasters here in Colorado. During the time of my motorcycle, when I was run off the road on my motorcycle, we had things like forest fires and a devastating flood, a flood that just wiped out, uh, you know, businesses, wiped out homes. I mean, it was terrible. The state ended up putting up stop signs, road closed signs in front of all these businesses, and they lost business because nobody knew that they were open. The state didn't do a good job of putting up those signs, local businesses open. No. Road closed, don't pass. I had a motorcycle, so I got around them. Plus, I knew they were open. Yeah, this is about COVID, which is fantastic because at least we know they're doing something. And it's, as he mentioned, it's from the IRS, and that's even more amazing because, well, it's from the IRS. Can't believe they do anything. Please remember to visit Larry if you need it. You can be a huge hero to somebody in small to medium business and get them thousands of dollars just because they were alive during COVID. They kept other people alive during COVID. Please remember at Community Pay It Forward, 80% of any referral awarded by one of our partners is allocated to community in need. With a few clicks, you can make a difference in your community just simply by shopping. One of those places where you can go and you can click on a link is about what we've been talking about today. And I would invite you to go to this jot form right here. And this jot form that is now also in your chat is to help us with the donation dens. You simply shop with our partners and you can help keep our outreach free. Folks, this is not, there's no hidden agenda here. We want this to remain free. We want to make sure that people get what they need. Okay? We can't always help people financially. Somebody goes and does something dumb. We'll just use a DUI, Dad goes out and gets a DUI, makes a stupid choice. Well, the kids don't deserve to go through the hell that they're going to go through, financial hell. Mom doesn't deserve to go through the financial hell that she's been put in. But we cannot give money to somebody who, we can't support somebody who's gone and made this poor decision. That doesn't mean the kids need to go to school without clothes or school supplies. That doesn't mean that mom needs to go without a nice outfit to go and look for a job or a better paying job because we don't know what's going to happen with dad. That means that, you know what? Dad might need some nicer clothes because he's going to have a couple court appearances. Community Dare to Care donation dens are here for this reason. We're here to give this opportunity, these things to people who need. At this time, we are not carrying any furniture. We hope someday to get back to where we can help carry furniture. What we can do, though, is if you go to Community Cares on Facebook, put, hey, I've got a free bed. Somebody need a free bed, come get it. It's all yours. You guys make the connection. We can do that. But we, at this time, cannot carry any furniture or anything like that. Clothing, housewares, items such as this. Okay. Look, donation dens were started for a very simple reason. We're just going to use domestic violence as an example here. Someone leaving a difficult situation like that starts in, and you can't really see it because of my stupid green screen not being up. Somebody starts in a situation where right here, and if they move out, they're going to start below that. They're not going to stay living in a lesser life when they can go back. Yeah, going to get beat up a little bit, but what the hell? I can at least afford to eat. So let's make sure as a group, as a community, we take these people who want to leave this situation and at least get them to right here where they have something to build on. Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. Every sinner has a future, every saint has a past. Either or. Okay? Let's help build people up. Right now, we are in a terrible time of tearing everybody who disagrees with us down. I'm going to ask a very, 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 very simple question of you. Do you really want anybody to be exactly like you? I don't. I don't. I don't want my kids to be exactly like me. I don't want my wife to be exactly like me. I don't know. Personalities dictate that we are who we are. So why in the hell are we focusing right now on people being just like us? Have a thought, have a brain. Let's do things out there. Let's help other people. Let's help people who have been in difficult situations and have moved on from that difficult situation, who have been through pasts. Let's say we have somebody who's been institutionalized and they've been released. They've served their time. They're coming back. They want to make a living. They want to make good of what they've done. Let's help them build themselves back up. We don't know the story. We don't know the reason why. You know, look, let's be honest here. Right now, you're a sex offender if you get caught peeing in an alley. Guys, I challenge you. Who here has not peed in an alley? Who here hasn't found a tree to pee on? If you can't go, if you're not raising your hand, if you're not going, oh, I know, I sure as hell did, you're lying. Every single one of us have done it. Some people have to spend time. This is a worst case scenario, I understand. Some people have had to spend time in jail because they've done it. We don't know the story, all right? We're learning more and more and more that there are a lot of innocent people who have been put in jail. Now, that brings on the whole dilemma. Do you want to see one innocent person go to jail or three guilty people free? It's your decision. But the thing is that we should stop putting innocent people in jail. I mean, look, we need to, you know, I don't know what we need to do. There's a lot of things that we need to take and stop and take a look back at ourselves and take a look at the way that things are done and realize, wait a minute, why are things going like this? What the hell's going on with this world? So, and I really think that that's one of them. Hey guys, it is 4:40 or 4:25 in the East. It is 2:25 right here in wonderful Colorado. Here in Colorado, Greeley, Colorado right now, it's 58 degrees. Not bad. Not bad at all. Especially since 3 days ago, it was like 20 degrees. Yeesh. Yeah, 7 hours ago, it was 20 degrees too. But I do want to thank everybody who did send me messages yesterday when they found out that I was had to take and spend a little bit of time in the ER. Everything came out fine. It was just a shoulder problem due to the neck problem. The funny thing about it is the ER doctor comes in and you know, he goes, so you're in pain, yeah? And I'm like, yeah. I said, can you help me out here? And he goes, well, I can tell you why you're in pain. He throws up the x-ray of my neck where I've got like multiple fixtures, metal fixtures in my neck. And he goes, that's why you got pain. I'm like, okay, thanks. I'm glad that my insurance is going to enjoy spending hundreds of $1,000s on this trip. You know, so anyway, it was a shoulder problem. I still got that shoulder problem. You just saw me lift up the offending shoulder, and that's good. But that's because, well, now I'm on steroids. Big man, little brain. Um, steroids and the Botox. I go in for Botox again here in about 2 weeks. I'm shooting for Arnold. I'm going to look like Arnold, and I'm really hoping that I look like the younger, version of Arnold, not this big old flabby one. In which, let's be honest here, I'm going to look like the big old flabby one because I'm a big old flabby guy. Well, I've kind of talked myself out of time again. I'm pretty damn good at that. So, but I am very sorry for being a little bit late. I was a little bit late due to, well, I wasn't here. And oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I'm a mess. I'm truly a mess. It's a good thing that I got the name tag there. That way nobody can see what the hell I just did. Awful. Awful, awful. I deserve to be flogged. Once again, go Devils tonight. You play Buffalo. Coming up, if anybody has nothing better to do and they want to watch something exciting and a good sport for a change, this whole football thing that you guys love, or the football thing that everybody's in love with, watch a real sport, all right? 6 p.m. tonight on ESPN Plus. So go Devils. Let's keep this going. Make sure you love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. Hey, everybody. My name is Zach, and I'd like you to remember that, guess what? If you're not helping anyone, you're hurting everyone. Nobody needs to go alone when we all come together. Join me again next week right here on, I cannot find it. Where'd it go? Community Impact. Have a great weekend. Please be safe. Make sure that you turn your events into Community Pay It Forward. We'll run your event and we'll invite you onto the podcast to talk about it. We'll have more about that coming up next week. Thank you.